Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah today. Thank you so much for joining me for quite a special video actually. Because today I'm taking part in the July to December, let me get the title of this right, July to December mini catalogue launch party. I have never done anything like this before, so I do apologise if I'm getting things wrong. But this fabulous catalogue was released yesterday, and I agreed that I would present a card or project to you using Yeti to Party. I love this stamp set. I think it's adorable. So you can find it in the catalogue on page, she says, 38. And it's just, but there's one card. There's one card with this stamp set on it in the whole catalogue. So I am going to take this card as inspiration, I've got to say, for today. But I just think it's really adorable. You've got the cute little Yeti, some really lovely images that you can pair up with him, a couple of mountains, and some really fun sentiments. Get Yeti to Party. It's your birthday, which was the sentiment I really wanted to use, but I just couldn't quite get my card design to fit with it. So we're going to go for Is It Christmas Yeti today. But I just thought it was really cute. So it was literally the first thing in my basket as well when I did my pre-order. So oh gosh, let's start off with a clean sheet of grid paper, shall we? Because I've been filming other videos this morning apparently, and there's stuff on that one. So this is Yeti to Party. It is a photopolymer stamp set, so it's really easy to use. I have got a couple of other bits that I have pulled for this card. So my general card design, I have a piece of thick basic white. I still can't get calling it basic white in my head. Basic white cardstock cut to the size of my standard card base. Now I know a lot of people that are watching this video might be international, so I am in the UK and therefore use UK sized cardstock, A4. So I'm not going to give you measurements because it's just too complicated. Then I have taken a piece of the Celebration Silver and Gold Designer Series paper and I've chopped a bit off and we're going to layer that on there. And I've got another piece of the basic white cardstock, the thick one, that I have then run through this fabulous embossing folder. This is Whimsical Woodland, and I think it's really easy missed in the catalogue. It's actually on the opposite page to the Yeti. So here's Yeti to Party, and here is the embossing folder. I missed that the first time through the catalogue, and that's why I ended up buying it, because I just thought it's so easy to skim over. But it's so pretty, and it looks lovely embossed in white, like that. And then I have a scrap. So I'm going to chop this scrap up a little bit, because I need a piece for my Yeti, because we're going to fussy cut him out. But I also want to do some background stamping with these fabulous mountains. So I'm going to grab my trimmer. I'm going to cut this piece down to, it currently, like I said, I work in centimetres, so currently it's 10.5 centimetres wide. I'm going to keep it 10.5 centimetres, but I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going to probably cut it down to about 7, I think, centimetres, something like that. It's not going to be perfect measurements across my card, but that's not the look I'm going for. But then I've got a scrap piece as well. So I'm going to do my stamping on my kind of backgroundy piece first. I'm going to use those fabulous mountains, and I'm going to use some blends today. So I've got my Memento ink out. So I'm just going to take the 2 mountains off of this sheet. This is the first inking of this stamp set. I have not used it yet. I do like doing a absolute first use on a YouTube video. People probably think, you are mad. Yep, I am. So I'm inking up my Memento. I'm going to do a big one and a littler one. Ooh, and drop one And this would be great for your masking paper, I've got to say, but I haven't got any. And so I'm just moving my mountains around just to make them fit. And I'm basically doing kind of one big, one small, because that works for me. I do one there and call that it. Now then, let's get our blends out. Now I really like a bright mountain, so I'm gonna use some really bright colours today, just for a really unusual sort of look, because yeah, this is a Christmas card, but it is still July. So let's not have it too Christmassy. So I'm going to take my light Tahitian Tide and I'm going to just add some colour. And I'm not the world's best ink blended card person. I'm not. I like the approach that I take most often is the slap the colour on. Just get it on and then you can work out what you're going to do after. So I'm going to, oh, wrong end. I'm using the brush end for all of these, and I'm just sort of adding a bit of a hint of colour at the top of the mountain, but I'm not colouring in that snow cap. I'm leaving that because I have a bit of a plan for my snow caps. And I suspect it's something that Stampin' Up did in their catalogue sample as well. But it's quite difficult to tell. So, a bit more of the Parakeet Party. I absolutely love these new in colours. I think they are fabulously fun colours, and I think they're great that you can, they're not colours that you can't use all year round, because sometimes you get colours, don't you go, oh, that's a Christmas colour. I don't use a lot of shaded spruce, not on a Christmas card, but I think these we probably can get away with using all year round. So they are my mountains. And what I've also got is some of the snow, what are we calling it? Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. Now, I had a go at using this last night, and you need like a tiny little bit. And it comes out quite quickly, and that's something that I haven't quite got to grips with yet. I think it's up tomorrow on my blog, another project that I have used the puff paint on, but I actually just let it dry naturally. If you let it dry naturally, it's like a clear, yeah, basically like a clear bubble you sort of get, which is lovely. So I am going to hit this with my heat tool, and hopefully it'll puff up. Now I probably will actually turn the sound off at this bit of the video, because I really dislike the sound of a heat tool. So off we go. And I have now also bubbled the top page of my grid paper. Let's see how far the bubble goes. Oh, it doesn't go very far. Let's take that off. Start again. So, can you see that's now dimensional? How cool is that? So, next thing, let's stamp our Yeti. So he is just so cute. Right, I'm going to stamp him in a memento. So this is the first time I've inked this, so it's not... But memento on photopolymer doesn't always stamp the best first time round. Give it a minute. There we are. Look at him. And I also want... Oh, now I want to give him something in his hand. Do I want... We're going for Christmas, aren't we? Because we're going for Is It Christmas Yeti? So let's go for our parcel. So I'm going to pop this parcel on a block. And stamp that down there. So I'm going to grab my paper snips and I'm going to cut out the parcel first. A cute present. I'll take that out. Oh, fussy cutting is one of those things I do a lot, but I find really difficult to keep in frame on my camera and talk while I'm doing it, because it takes quite a lot of concentration. But I do love the effect once you've done it. I mean, I do enjoy a die just for speed. As well. But there are no dies for the Yeti, so it's fussy cut or nothing. Fussy cut or have him flat. So I am a left-handed crafter, and so fussy cutting isn't the easiest thing for me to do. This is also thick white cardstock. My biggest top tip with fussy cutting is when you're practicing, when you're sort of starting out fussy cutting, is to fussy cut out of designer series paper, because it's just a little bit more forgiving. Using thick basic white, it's not forgiving at all, and I am likely to end up with some part of this Yeti that is going to have some creases in it. I'm not really cutting out his fur or doing anything very fancy. I do enjoy the look of that kind of white edge. So I do keep that. I don't tend to cut to the line, because I just like the look of the white edge, and I will cut bits off. So if I've got a bit like that where it's starting to get in my way, I'll just cut it off, get rid. All the way out to his arm. Does feel, I mean, I'm filming this in June. Does feel very strange making Christmas cards when it is very, very warm today. We have had a heat wave this week in the UK, so it's been hot. So, and my craft room gets the early morning sun, so it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun is gone from my craft room. It's almost gone from the back of my house, but it means that my craft room gets really warm first thing in the morning. So we've got this present. I'm going to take Sweet Sorbet for this one, and I'm just going to colour the whole thing in the one colour, keeping it really simple. Again, not complicated, not doing any complicated ink blending. Because for me, this is just about getting the colour on. And I'm going to take some Teach and Tide, I'm just going to add a bit of colour to his face. Just to, and kind of underneath his arms, just to make sure you can see, one, that he's white. Adding a bit of blue to something like that just gives the kind of he's properly white. He's a proper Yeti. He's very cold. He's from the snowlands. There we go. Couple of his little horns on. So then you see his little present's gonna come in his hand, and he looks adorably cute. So what we need, the last bit of stamping that we need, is for the sentiment. And I have just put my scraps of cardstock in the bin, so I'm gonna have to run and grab a piece of white because I haven't got one. Organised as ever. Oh dear. So is it Christmas Yeti in Memento Black ink. Lid on there. I'm going to take my paper snips again. This is my favourite way to do a sentiment. It's literally just chop it out. So all I need now is all the bits of my cards. We can put it together. So the first thing, I'm going to grab my seal and just a little bit on the paper. Now this is free with a £45 or whatever the equivalent is in your country pound order during July and August. I'm going to put that one there. I do love a free paper for celebration. And I just put quite a bit because the that panel's embossed. Need a little bit more adhesive on. There we go. Then I need a couple of dimensionals for our friend the Yeti. Just gonna pop him right there. Another dimensional for his present, and a standard size dimensional does fit on the back. So that's going to go into his hand, just like that. And then I'm going to use up some of the last of my dimensional sheet just on one side. Oh, it's just, of course, the wrong side. I'll pop that in there. And that is my card for the July to December mini catalogue launch party. Thank you ever so much for watching Stampin' by Hannah today. Do consider subscribing and hitting that like button. I'd love to hear what you think of my card, so do leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.